Hi there, this is my output for exercise 1. I'm obtaining the system users in here. Here I get the current time with this comment, as you can see. Let me see. All right. Now I show the top 10 processes that consume CPU. All right, you can see that they are in order from the most to the least. And the same but ordered by memory. Right, here you have the output. First 24 files in user directory from largest to smallest. Here it is. Executable files in the same directory, as you can see. Sequence of commands to create a new user considering the last UID and adding one and the same group. As you can see, the user has been created correctly. Here you can see my script. All right. It's also in the PDF, so you can consult all the details which are commented in the file. List the number of connections from the users in the last 7 days. As you can see here, 848 minutes, some 10 connections. Report only from one user. Here it is. Files modified for all users, as you can see. Install packages. Packages to upgrade. Given a command which package belongs to. Information of a package. And given a keyword, find a package and its version. All right, so these are all the outputs from exercise 1. All right, so this is my virtual machine for exercise 2. Here you can see the 3Ds created. And here we can check the details of the write created. As you can see, the write is created with devices SDB1 and SDC1. As you can see in the comments introduced, my write is mounted in this folder, I mean MNT write1. And now I'll start a test to see that the write works perfectly if this fails. As you can see, I have created 4 files into the folder of the write that we can see that are well created. And now with this command, I will mark the disk as faulty. Sorry, I made a mistake. Here you have the correct command. And if we check the write now, we can see that there's a device failing. Despite having a device failing, if we list the files, we can see that the files still exist in the write. Removing the disk with the command used in the PDF, we can see that now we have only one device in total. But if we list the files, we still have the files. Now we add the disk again with the command of the PDF. We see the details, and now we have 2 devices, and we list the files are still there. All right, so in section 2, here you can see the physical volumes that I have created, SDD, SDE, and SDF. And the volume groups that I've created, the name is myvol. Yeah, and you can see we have another one which is from the system, but the one I created is myvol, which is 144 megabytes with 3 devices. All right. Now we have a look at the logical volumes. Yeah, and we can see with this command, and we can see the logical volume of 68 megabytes. All right. As you can see, the logical volume is available, and it's in mirroring mode with 2 mirroring volumes. This logical volume is mounted in this folder in MNT LVM, and as you can see, there are no files at the moment. All right, so as you can see, I have created 3 text files to test the logical volume in this case. And now we're going to force the disk to fail using the command that appears in the PDF. As you can see, the status of the physical volume has changed. And if we check the physical volumes, you can see that SDF1 is failing, as there's a U instead of an A. In spite of having a disk failing, as you can see, if I list the files, they are still there. Yeah, there's no problem with that. All right, so in exercise 6, I have created the 3 virtual machines. Here you can see the different IPs assigned. And if we access to cctl.conf in machine A, we can see the net IP version 4 forward equals to 1 to activate IP forward. So we can call a ping to the different IPs to check that the connection is all right. And as you can see, the connection is working fine. Now here you can see how I activated masquerade with the comments that we have in the PDF, and I set the rules from the internal network to the external network to accept packages in these conditions. After that, we'll check that we have added the rules correctly. And with this command, we can see that the rules has been properly added. Here you can see the output. All right. And after that, we'll edit this file in here. Sorry, I have to access my password in here, also here. And oh my God, sorry, I made a mistake. So now you can see how I redirected the traffic to all places to machine A in machines B and C. And then in machine A, I added the Google DNS and DHCP4 for the endpost 3, which is the external, and not DHCP for the internal. Now we make a ping to google.com to check that connection is okay. And as you can see, the connection works perfectly. So after that, I've added the domain hosts here in this file and modified the etcdnsmask.conf as I have pointed out in the PDF. Yeah, adding the server, the ADDN hosts, no resolve, and the log queries. In machines B and C, I have edited the resolve.conf, adding the IP of now in machines B and C, the resolve.conf file we'll establish the name server to the IP of machine 1. So now we test the connection doing a ping to a local domain, to the host work.com, and to the host google.com. Yeah, and as you can see, it's working fine. We finish with the last test with a host, a ping, and another ping. So this is the end of the exercise. Thank you very much for this assessment. Goodbye.